Welcome to RomWills Money Matters. Don't overlook a good business idea. And what I mean by good, I don't mean something that's making a lot of money for maybe a lot of people. Something that's good for you, something that you would be good at. Let me take care of something on here. Anyway, don't overlook it. Pay attention to it. At least study it. If you come across a good business idea, maybe a good service, maybe a good product, and it's something that you might have an interest in, pay attention in it. Look at what your skills are. Like I know someone, I can't say who they are, but they really good technical wise. That's actually a good business. They actually know how to fix these new phones and do all this technical stuff when you have a lot of people out here who don't know how to do that, who don't know how to upgrade their phones, don't know how to do technical stuff, especially since you have a lot of older people who really, they not technically savvy, especially a lot of older people. And let me just throw that business idea out there. There are a lot of older people, let's just say, and I'm gonna say we don't know how to do a lot of this technical stuff. If something were to happen with my phone, I'd have to take it in. And somebody could probably take it. You know, some younger person probably like, oh yeah, just do this. We don't know. We didn't grow up with it. Shoot, when you talk about phones, shoot, we had those rotary phones. We didn't have all this technical stuff. We didn't know how to fix all this stuff on our phone. But that's a good business idea for somebody. Because you have a lot of people, they might have a natural talent for, and it could be for whatever. Like you might have, like I knew this young lady, she was really good at braiding hair. Now she didn't work for a salon, and she actually made money on the side braiding hair. But that was a good business idea. That was a good business idea. She probably could have started a regular business just braiding hair. That was a good business idea. You might be somebody who can clean up real well. That's a good business idea. A business idea is anything that you can do, that you're good at, that you have a natural talent at, and you can make money with it. Like that cleanup thing. Trust me, we need that. I had mentioned on a video last week or before a week where somebody had left something on my door about being a cleaner. They actually left something else on my door. They came back. I was just like, man. I looked down. I had to answer the door for something else. I looked down. I was like, oh, okay. They're back for that. But it's something that they might be good at. You might be good at putting up stuff on social media, like taking pictures. Hey, that could be a business idea. Like when you think about a business, always think about what are you naturally good at. Don't look at the money part. Don't look at the money part because there's plenty of people who get caught up because they just look at the money. They just look at the money. They think they're going to make a bunch of money. Like this guy, I mentioned him a while ago. Like where I can, without giving away too much, I always try to talk about something in real life. But this guy I was acquainted with, and he had opened a smoothie bar, but that wasn't really him. It didn't last too long. That really wasn't him. He was more, I actually knew him from getting one of those buy here, pay here type of cars. He had one of those places. Didn't last too long, and he was going through some hell with that, with some of the people. That's a whole other conversation. But he tried to do a smoothie bar. It didn't last too long. But that wasn't him. He's probably more of a salesman. He was probably more of a salesman. He needed to get into businesses where he would have been able to do regular sales. Like when you look at any business, the first thing you need to ask is, are you good at it? Is it something that you're good at or something that you can learn easily or something that you have talent? In fact, I would even say this. Think about the things that you have talent in naturally. Like I said, I know of a young man, he knows all this technical stuff. We're getting technical, even with the AI, because I know of another young man, he's working with AI and people complaining about it, but he's dealing more with the infrastructure. He deals more with the infrastructure of it. And I'll just say hey to him. He checks out this channel every now and then. But he ain't worried about it. He's dealing more with the technical aspects, the machines and all of that. That all this stuff has to run on. He knows that, but he's good at that. He's making money like crazy doing that. See, that's a good business idea. Think about what you're good at, what you're talented at. That's a good business idea. And then what you can provide maybe a service for or a product for. That's a good business idea. And don't overlook it. Don't overlook it. Especially in this time, because let's be real. I was just looking at something online about all these tech people. And some of them find another job, but there's quite a few of them who've started their own business. And I mean, you're going to have to. You might have to. And especially, we haven't nobody's really used the recession word yet, but I'm seeing a lot of stores close. There's supposed to be a big store that's actually within walking distance that's supposed to be closing. And I'm just like, oh, okay. We got to pay attention to it. And I would really, everybody, even if you have a regular job, think about a side business. In fact, I talked about that in my book, Nice Guys and Players. I said, even if you making 100,000, and I said this back in the late 90s. So 100,000 then is probably $250,000 now. And I said that back then. I said, even if you have that career, have something on the side. Have something on the side, because you just never know. Because I keep seeing all this news about people getting laid off their jobs, people who might have been on there a long time. You need it for survival. Think about what you can do. Think about what you can do as a side job. Like I always mention this woman I always refer to as my second mother. She was making a lot of money just working for the local government. The local government in DC. She was making a lot of money. She was good to go, but she still got a part-time job and end up really running some stuff and really making some money. And I knew this other young man. He was working a part-time job just to pay for a motorcycle. And and workaholic Rom always kept like an extra job. But if you, when you come down to it, if it's a good business, something you think you can do, don't overlook it. It's something that you might need. And even if you take your time, take your time and still really look into it, study it, if you can, and maybe get it started. Because you never know these days. But don't overlook a good business idea, all right? So anyway, that's all I have. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.